And that was Thirsty Merc in the summertime. I think I nearly fell off my chair last night when I was dancing. Hey, look, we've just had a phone call from a lady, Madonna, by the name of Diane. She's from Redlands. Now, she had a question because about 8 to 10 years ago, she was, in her words, she got diagnosed with a dicky thyroid. Either hyperactive or hyperactive. And she's been placed on thyroxine, which is the normal drug when your thyroid isn't doing its job properly. But, and that's fine. She's kind of lived with that and she's, done okay. But this year she's finally, she reckons, has opened herself up to a bout of shingles.
Oh, ouch.
Now, shingles is kind of like an adult version of chickenpox, but more painful. And they don't necessarily go all over the body.
It's often one side,
Yeah.
And it goes along the nerve plexus.
That's right. Because that virus...
oh, my goodness.
It's awful, isn't it?
Yes.
Those kind of viruses live in the spine, so under stress they will come out.
Yeah. And I've heard some people get them in the ear, they get them behind the eyeball, and quite often they can't wear clothes on that area because it's just so sensitive. Yeah. Absolutely.
I had one just on the bra line there.
Oh, my goodness.
And it was like a decent patch, but it's almost like...
So you had to wear muumuus for a month.
Yeah. It's very prickly, very painful.
Yeah, absolutely. So firstly, with the thyroid, one of the things long-term with drugs like thyroxine is that is the inactive version. It's the inactive form of thyroxine, and then we have to convert it from T4 to T3. And that conversion, nearly 20% of women have a hard time converting from T4 to T3. From a genetic perspective.
Yeah.
So the things that help that conversion, so Diane, if your energy is still great, then that's fine, but if it's not, maybe a multi-mineral could be a good idea because it's things like iodine, selenium, zinc, molybdenum, those sort of nutrients that we need in order to help that conversion from T4 to T3. But the other thing is when our thyroid is a little bit sluggish, and just by the way, the optimal level for your thyroid is 1.5 to 1.84, whereas the test allows it to be 0.5 to 5.5, because, of course, they don't want to put us all on drugs. No. So that's fine. I have no problem with that, actually. However, we're sort of thinking optimal, 1.5 to 1.84. So if it starts creeping out, it's a sign that the whole metabolism is lowering. So it can be that you're within range for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years, but as the thyroid slows down, your immune system can be slowing down, your liver function, your kidney function. They, just bit by bit, they just don't work as effectively as they could. So there's lots of symptoms associated with a hypoactive thyroid, a sluggish thyroid. So things like, dry scalp and constipation, and, when your skin really does start just getting all over, just feeling that dryness. So what I always suggest is have a look online, see your symptoms for, say, Hashimoto's or hypothyroidism. See how many of those symptoms you actually have, and the next time you go see your doctor, say, look, I'm still getting a few of these symptoms. Can we really check out my thyroid a little bit more, please? Yeah. And that way they might look at it from a different perspective, because if you're on the drug and you're not saying your symptoms and they're not recognising them as thyroid issues, then they simply might be, say, prescribing Movicol for the for, say, the bowels, or, steroid for the dry skin, or, so they might just be doing other symptomatic treatments, whereas if you look at it as a whole, you can start going, maybe this is still linked in with my sluggish thyroid.
That's right. And with shingles, there is no cure. The virus will remain in your spinal cord and the fluids and everything in there. It's all about, it's one of those things you're not going to be exposed to flare-ups all the time. But occasionally it will happen, and they get very painful.
Yes.
It is just a response that your body has. It's all about relieving those symptoms.
Yes. From the naturopathic perspective, we do really big doses of vitamin B12.
I was just going to say, vitamin B12.
Yeah, so B12 is really specific for your nerves.
Yeah.
So, and you need about 4 grams per day. So if you get a good and send me an email if you want the name of some, but if you get a good quality B12, and you need an activated one, by the time you're having things like shingles, you're probably having an absorption issue with your B12 from your food as well.
Yeah.
So So, and most people, let's face it, most people who get shingles aren't, 5 years old. They're often middle-aged to elderly people. So the absorption isn't that great. So it's about 4 grams per day you need of vitamin B12. That can really help this thing. And also St. John's wort, there's huge amounts of research on St. John's wort as a painkiller, but also as a nerve iron.
Right. Well,
So,
speaking of which, that's a really good lead into our next topic, because we're going to talk about the process of the liver just a little bit, because
yeah,
you know it does respond a bit differently when you're on thyroxine and some other medication for
Yes.
things like underactive thyroid. And we're going to come back in just a minute just to talk about other things that you might be able to do if you're experiencing any of these symptoms. And if you have a question, please feel free to give us a call, 3821 0022, and we will do our best to answer them. Right now, let's listen to a little bit of Dire Straits. This is Brothers in Arms, live and local, Bay FM. Yeah, cool. Yeah, no, that was good, because you explained it really quite well how and why she's responding the way she is.
Yeah.
And when we come back in, I'll talk about, you know, from my point of view, like, actually, what was my train of thought then?
because there's that drug, isn't there, that antiviral drug,
I'm
but it
trying to
needs to
think
be
of it.
within 24 to 48 hours. Like, it's pretty quick.